Usually, if I make a mistake, then it kind of gets stuck in my head. And then when I make amends, usually it starts disappearing, and sometimes fast, sometimes slower. But if I don't do anything, I'm the self-improvement guy, and today we're reacting to Matthew McConaughey, 5 minutes for the next 50 years of your life. But we'll basically break it down and see if it makes sense, and then I'll add some value, and I'll try to have a good attitude like always, but let's just go.
I'm going to talk to you about some things that I've learned in my journey. Most from experience, some of them I heard in passing, many of them I'm still practicing, but all of them I do believe are true.
True, it's like we never really become the best version of ourselves or whatever we say. There is always some way we can become better.
Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not fall in.
There's no reason to just cry about it when it's not fair. It's basically like, yeah, I've been dealt this hand. What am I gonna do now? Because it's not gonna benefit you to just cry over it. Instead, just spend that energy trying to become better and trying to get to where you wanna go.
Do not fall into the trap, the entitlement trap, of feeling like you're a victim.
Yeah.
You are not. Get over it and get on with it. So the question that we got to ask ourselves is what success is to us, what success is to you.
Good question.
Is it more money? That's fine. I got nothing against money. Maybe it's a healthy family. Maybe it's a
yeah, because sometimes we just assume that we know where we're going, but when we actually think about it, what we actually want, then we're like, I mean, I care a bit about money, but I don't care about it that much. Maybe I wanna make my family's life so much better, and maybe I wanna retire my mom or dad or uncle or sister. It's definitely worth thinking about, because otherwise other people in your life will basically choose what you should do, whether it's conscious or unconscious. That kind of just happens, because then you don't consciously make the decision, so then you're influenced by the things around you, I suppose. I mean, you're still, but it's different when you consciously think about it and then make a decision.
Success is to us what success is to you. Is it more money? That's fine. I got nothing against money. Maybe it's a healthy family.
True.
Maybe it's a happy marriage. Maybe it's to help others, to be famous, to be spiritually sound, to leave the world a little bit better place than you found it. Yeah. Continue to ask yourself that question.
True.
Now, your answer may change over time, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But do yourself this favor. Whatever your answer is, don't choose anything that will jeopardize your soul. Prioritize who you are, who you want to be, and don't spend time with anything that antagonizes your character.
Yeah, because that thing is going to eat you up from inside. At least it's my speculation, because I don't know, for some reason it kind of just does, and that's not very nice.
Be brave, take the hill, but first answer that question, what's my hill?
True.
So first, we have to define success for ourselves. And then we have to put in the work to maintain it. Take that daily tally. Tend our garden. Keep the things that are important to us in good shape. Where you are not is as important as where you are.
True.
It is just as important where we are not as it is where we are. Look, the first step that leads to our identity in life is usually not, I know who I am, I know who I am. That's not the first step. The first step's usually, I know who I am not. Process of elimination.
It's also pretty good if you don't really know what to do. I'd say, you know, in life as well, it's like, what don't you want to do? Because then you basically make it so you're able to at least go in a direction.
Defining ourselves by what we are not is the first step that leads us to really knowing who we are. You know that group of friends that you hang out with that they really might not bring out the best in you? You know, they gossip too much, or they're kind of shady. They really aren't going to be there for you in a pinch.
Yeah.
Or how about that bar that we keep going to that we always seem to have the worst hangover from?
Because also when you start realizing this, and if you stop engaging in those things that aren't going to take you where you want to go, then either you'll just spend time in other areas of your life, and then you're like, oh yeah, maybe this is where I go. Or you try new things, and then maybe through trying something new, you'll find out what you want to do.
Or that computer screen, right? The computer screen that keeps giving us an excuse not to get out of the house and engage with the world and get some real human interaction.
Yes.
Or how about that food that we keep eating? Stuff that tastes so good going down, it makes us feel like crap the next week. We feel lethargic and we keep putting on weight. Well, those people, those places, those things, stop giving them your time and energy. Just don't go there. I mean, put them down. And when you do this, when you do put them down, when you quit going there, and you quit giving them your time, you inadvertently find yourself spending more time and in more places that are healthy for you, that bring you more joy. Why? Because you just eliminated the who's, the where's, the what's, and the when's that were keeping you.
But then you'll also probably have some areas in which you're probably like, it's not that bad, it's not that good. Maybe you'll spend a bit more time there. But if you lead one part of this puzzle, then obviously you spend at least a bit more time doing the things which you actually really enjoy.
Why? Because you just eliminated the who's, the where's, the what's, and the when's that were keeping you from your identity. Like, trust me, too many options, I promise you, too many options will make a tyrant of us all.
In today's world, we cannot have so many options, and a really good way to start narrowing those options down is just be like, what don't I want to do? Because then you'll get rid of a lot, and then you'll probably be a bit clearer in the head, and then you're able to maybe chop them off one at a time towards the end, and then you'll end up with the thing or the few things that you should do. I suppose it's pretty smart, actually.
I promise you, too many options will make a tyrant of us all. All right, so get rid of the excess, the wasted time. Decrease your options. If you do this, you will have accidentally, almost innocently, put in front of you what is important to you by process elimination. Knowing who we are is hard. It's hard.
It's always changing as well, so doesn't that make it harder, right?
Give yourself a break. Eliminate who you are not first, and you're going to find yourself where you need to be.
It makes it so much easier.
Instead of creating outcomes that take from us, let's create more outcomes that pay us back, fill us up, keep your fire lit, turn you on for the most amount of time in your future. We try our best, we don't always do our best. Architecture. We try our best, we don't always do our best.
I don't know if that makes sense. Because if you really try your best, then you do your best. I guess when we say we try our best, we don't really do our best. Maybe that's what he wanna say.
Architecture is a verb as well. And since we are the architects of our own lives, let's study the habits, the practices, the routines that we have that lead to and feed our success, our joy, our honest pain, our laughter, our earned tears. Let's dissect.
When he said architecture, I was thinking about the body and what's not, you know, the holy temple. But it's really more than that. It's also, you know, the things we do. And I guess our identity becomes that because, you know, he was talking about habits and stuff like that. And that builds up our identity, right? And we probably want to build something that will lead us to a better life, both now and in the future, right?
Our honest pain, our laughter, our earned tears. Let's dissect that and give thanks for those things. And when we do that, guess what happens? We get better at them. And we have more to dissect. Be discerning. Choose it because you want it. Do it because you want to.
I guess.
We're gonna make mistakes. You gotta own them. Then you gotta make amends. And then you gotta move on.
True.
Guilt and regret.
Usually, if I make a mistake, then it kind of gets stuck in my head. And then when I make amends, usually it starts disappearing, and sometimes fast, sometimes slower. But if I don't do anything, then it usually comes back and back and back and back. And it takes up so much mental energy. But you know, if I just make amends, then it disappears and I can focus on what I actually want to do. And actually live a better life, I suppose. So, you know, you partially do it to them, I guess, to have a better relationship. But you also do it for you, for your mental clarity, for your self-respect.
And then you gotta move on. Guilt and regret kills many a man before their time. So turn the page, get off the ride.
Yeah, because also if it's something that's really deep, then it can really mess up your head really bad. And I guess for some things that's really, really bad, you know, of course you should do the apology and things, but maybe you think it's too big of something. Maybe you think you can't come back from it. And maybe that's true, maybe that's not true, but it won't really change anything if you just go around and feel bad about it. But at least if you start to try to do a few other things good in your life for other people, to try to make the world a better place, then at least the difference you have left before you're forgiving or whatever is less.
So turn the page, get off the ride. You are the author of the book of your life.
Man, that was pretty good, man. I was actually not expecting it to be that deep, but of course, like and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to react to any specific person or video or whatever, and have a good day. Peace.